Hey everyone, I'm ScytherGreen from Server 73 and welcome back to my Do-Over series. This is episode 4, covering days 14 to 21 of my mostly free-to-play adventure on Server 400. This week I made some solid gains in power, kept grinding on my march, saw the first whale appear on the server, and got a front row seat to how different Contention of Relics plays out here compared to Conquest servers. Let's get started. Starting with progress, my overall power jumped from 144,000 up to 209,000. While my STP rose from 27,000 to 38,000. A lot of that came from shifting my research focus over to the troops tree. Every level here raises troop attack power, and that feeds directly into your STP. I've also finally hit T3 troops, so it's been a steady climb. For my march, I'm still running with Merlin. I'd like to swap in for Yoshitsune, but before I do, I want Yoshi's equipment in a better place. That means farming gnomes for enchantment stones, and hoping RNG gives me the right gear. Even with the growth I've made, the rankings really put things into perspective. The number 1 player is sitting nearly 100,000 power above me. That's just the free-to-play life. You'll never keep pace with spenders, so instead, it's about setting your own goals, competing with friends around your level, and finding fun in the daily grind. Speaking of spenders, this week we had our first proper whale sighting. Gigi went all in and unlocked Melanthios, the shadow dragon. That's not something you stumble into by accident. To even see Melanthios in the shop, you first need to reach VIP 15, which already requires a massive investment of real money. From there, the dragon itself is a flat $100 USD purchase on top of everything already sunk into VIP. That combination, maxing VIP to the highest tier possible, and then dropping 100 on a single dragon, is the textbook definition of whale spending in Infinity Kingdom. Impressive? Absolutely. But it also comes with a bit of context. Shadow as an element does fall off once Holy enters the meta, so its reign is limited. Still, immortals like Himiko and Bjorn are solid long-term investments that remain relevant even on Conquest servers. If you would like a deep dive on either immortal, let me know in the comments. Now let's talk about territory buffs, because they're a pretty big part of Alliance play in Infinity Kingdom. Whenever your Alliance captures a city or a capital, it doesn't just give you land on the map, it gives every single member of the Alliance a special bonus. These bonuses, called buffs, stay active as long as your Alliance controls that city. The type of buff depends on the city. Some give faster production for resources, faster healing speeds for your seriously wounded or training troops. And then you have the really powerful ones like Bald, which gives a 6% boost to all immortal attack power. That kind of buff makes your marches hit harder in every battle, whether you're fighting gnomes, pushing an arena, or clashing in events. It also pushes up your STP, which helps your Alliance climb in rankings and look stronger overall. This is why Alliances care so much about capturing and holding certain cities. Owning a key capital with the right buff can give your team a long-term edge, making day-to-day progression easier and increasing your chances of winning server-wide events. On Server 400 right now, the Green faction is showing just how important this is. YY has overtaken EW in the rankings, and IC managed to take Bald from them. With that attack buff locked in, their immortals are hitting harder across the board, and it's a big step toward Green tightening their hold over the map. If you'd like me to make a full beginner's guide that breaks down which buffs come from which cities and why Alliance has chased them, let me know in the comments. This week we also played Contention of Relics, also known as Core, and I'll be honest with you, this event and I do not get along. It's one of those events that chews through your action points like there's no tomorrow. You're spending AP to capture relics, you're sending out troops every couple of hours just to garrison nodes, and you're farming chaos beasts on top of that. By the end of it, you start wondering if you've done more walking back and forth than anything else. Now, the rewards aren't bad. Your placement on the honor leaderboard matters, but really it comes down to what your Alliance leader decides to hand out at the end. The main prize you want from this event are Valor Marks, and those are worth chasing. You can use them in the shop to grab speed-ups and other items that make a real difference over time. If you want me to do a full breakdown on how to squeeze the most out of Core without burning yourself out, let me know in the comments. And here's the fun part, seeing how Core plays out so differently between Server 400 and Server 73. On 73, Core is old news. It's been the same for years, people treat it like routine, and most just want to get it over with. On 400 though, it's pure chaos. The rules here look neat on paper. Relics are supposed to rotate evenly between green, blue, and red. Resource nodes are divided up ahead of time, with the winners getting the top levels. the others taking the middle ones, and the smaller groups left with the scraps. Relics are shared out, no fighting in the Forbidden Zone, contract attacks have to be announced. Sounds reasonable, right? Well, in practice, it's more like guidelines than rules. Some alliances ignore the rotation completely, others snipe relics that were already claimed, and you'll see people hitting nodes they weren't meant to touch. With so many alliances competing at once, it doesn't take long before the whole thing turns into a mess. Server 73 couldn't be more different. There are only 2 big alliances that actually need core, and that alone keeps everything clean. The system changes depending on whether it's KVK or MUT, but it's strict and everyone sticks to it. Off-season, the alliances just take turns being the winner, collecting relics and farming points until the quotas are filled. During KVK, the alliance doing the heavy lifting in battle is chosen as the winner so they can stock up on valor marks and grab all the speed-ups they need for the war. There's no room for freelance here. If you break the rules, people will notice, and the whole server expects you to play your part. So, if I had to sum it up, Server 400 is like watching a group project where everyone insists on doing their own thing, while Server 73 is that one class where the teacher has a strict plan, everyone knows their role, and somehow it all runs like clockwork. All in all, it's been a relatively quiet week on Server 400. Progress is steady, the map keeps shifting, and core definitely showed us how differently this server plays compared to Conquest. But I'm curious, do you prefer weeks like this where things are more calm and you can focus on growth? Or do you enjoy the chaos of big events and server drama? And if you're just starting out, what kind of pace do you like? Slow and steady, or fast and competitive? Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Don't forget to like and subscribe so you don't miss the next episode. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in Norheim.